We're back with a Fox News alert. Emergency situation declared in Israel overnight. The IDF strikes Hezbollah targets in Lebanon after detecting that the terror group was planning to launch an imminent attack on Israel. Former Green Beret, Lieutenant Colonel Scott Mann, and our friend joins us now in studio. Colonel, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Just first, your reaction to Israel's preemptive strike against Hezbollah.
You know, the first thing I thought about when I saw that is that we had better start paying attention here at home. You know, what happened on October 7 is not an anomaly. It's gonna hit us here at home. In fact, a lot of the veterans groups who are warning about an attack are saying that the next attack that hits the homeland is not going to be a World Trade Center type attack. It's going to be more of an October 7 style, Russian theater style attack where we live, work, and play. So I hope we're paying close attention to this.
Wow, I mean, you're talking, we've let in millions and millions of people. We have no idea who we are. We're vulnerable.
Yeah, we are. And ironically, the attackers that we're probably going to see do that have trained in the very NATO bases that we lived and operated in for 20 years in Afghanistan.
Wow. Well, let's turn to that topic of Afghanistan, because tomorrow's the 3-year anniversary of that terrible day at Abbey Gate. You were in the middle of almost every aspect of that. You knew a lot of people on the ground.
Yeah.
Just reflect 3 years later.
Yeah, you know, my heart goes out to all the families of the 13 fallen. You know, we did a play called Last Out where we toured the country right after it happened, and I met with so many of the family members, and I know they're hurting right now, and I know so many of their teammates are hurting right now, so that's my first thing. The other thing that I would say, though, is that we've really got to pay attention to what happened there, because the same way that suicide bomber followed our troops into Abbey Gate as they tried to leave, Afghanistan has followed us home. We may be done with Afghanistan, but it's not done with us. And what the veterans are trying to tell Americans and our politicians right now who don't seem to want to listen is that the enemy has a vote, and they are still operating out of Afghanistan, and they very much intend to hit us here at home.
Explain that a little bit more. What do you mean by that, Afghanistan following us home?
Well, you know, remember that the guys and girls that picked up the phone when we abandoned Afghanistan 3 years ago and the government didn't were veterans who had worked with intelligence professionals and special operators out of Afghanistan. Well, we never hung up the phone. We paid for safe houses, medical supplies, food drops. And these individuals that we trained to collect information have continued to give us information about what's coming. And what they're telling us is there's 20-plus terror groups in Afghanistan. The son of Osama bin Laden, Hamza bin Laden, is alive and well and planning operations. He's married to Mullah Omar's daughter, Zawahiri's daughter.
That's an unholy marriage right there.
And Haqqani's daughter. And it's coming our way. In fact, we think they're late-stage preparation right now, and we're hearing it from some very vetted sources who, frankly, don't trust our government to give them that information because of the way they left them.
So it's not just the equipment we left behind and the money they still have. It's a regathering effect in Afghanistan.
In my assessment, and I know I'm not alone in this, in the veteran community, the dashboard is more than blinking red. It is smoke coming off of it right now in a much more accelerated
like pre-9/11 levels, you're saying?
Bigger than pre-9/11. There are more fighters in Al-Qaeda, 10x than there were pre-9/11. The way the border has been opened. Siraj Haqqani, the father of suicide bombing, is the Minister of Interior. He's issuing passports right now. He's the guy that issues travel documents. So they're here licit as well as illicit. And the fact that our government has given $80 million of taxpayer money every 10 days to the Taliban, I mean, it's almost, you have to ask yourself, what planet am I on right now at this 3-year anniversary?
That is all staggering stuff, much of which I didn't know. But we're in the middle of a political campaign right now.
We are. Kamala
Harris is the nominee. She might get asked about this more, maybe not. But when she was asked about it in April 2021, here's what she said about Afghanistan. Watch.
President Biden always said that he wants you to be the last person in the room, particularly for big decisions, just as he was for President Obama. He just made a really big decision, Afghanistan.
Yes.
Were you the last person in the room?
Yes.
And you feel comfortable?
I do.
She feels comfortable. What would you say to her?
I would say that when we were running Operation Pineapple Express, one of her military advisors contacted Pineapple Express, contacted me, and asked us to get one of their favorite Afghans out of Afghanistan. This was the special advisor to the Vice President of the United States, asked a volunteer group of veterans to get an Afghan out. Now, you tell me how you can feel comfortable with that. And this is the impact this has had on veterans all over the country. You know, these veterans defended America for 20 years. They did what they were asked to do. And then they were put in a position where they had to answer the phone and stand up for allies that our government wouldn't stand up for. And the moral injury that has caused, the level of suicide and impact, this is not a Republican or Democrat issue. This is an American issue. And Global War on Terror veterans, Pete, are trying to warn the American people and our politicians that it is coming, and it's going to come out of the very place that it started, and I hope we're listening.
You've said it right here. The dashboard isn't just blinking, it's smoking.
Absolutely.
I pray you're wrong, but I fear you're right, because nobody would know it better than you.
Thanks, Pete.
Lieutenant Colonel Scott Mann. Nobody's done more to make sure the legacy of that war is followed through on, both for Afghans, but also for Americans. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.